What is the current energy in the collective? What is the current energy? Two of Cups. And Temperance. Some of you could be experiencing a new connection with somebody or trying to find balance within an existing connection. And as also, if it's a new connection, you could be really trying to find a balance between, you know, staying grounded in the here and now and not letting yourself get like too up there, like maybe overthinking things. Maybe you want more out of this relationship. But I'm just noticing the coffee. Maybe it's been a little bit more casual, or maybe it's something that's like taking a little bit more time to develop. And if you're a person who's moved really fast all the time in the past, or you have like an anxious attachment style, you could be really struggling with things not moving at the same speed. And there's a lot of like fire, a lot of passion and chemistry in this connection. 7 of Cups. It's like you're not really sure where this is leading. And if this is like somebody who you met online, like maybe you feel like there's too many options, or maybe somebody is still like on a dating app, or still like maybe you haven't had any discussion as to whether or not you're exclusive. And the 7 of Swords. It could feel like that there's a little bit of strategy that's going on in someone's part, on someone's part. If there's a little bit of like, if it feels like there's a little bit of like a player kind of energy and like a little bit of like deceptive behavior, you know, that could be, you know, where this anxiety is coming from. And maybe you're trying to like play it cool because you really just want to let things unfold, but you could be picking up on someone's energy. And the Knight of Swords. It could be that things have like moved really fast for you, like initially with this person. Like maybe the conversation went really quick and there was like, I almost want to say like love bombing, but there was a lot of communication initially. And maybe things have kind of like slowed down and you're not really sure where you stand with this person. Yeah, like I'm just getting an energy that somebody is really like depressed around or anxious around this connection. And maybe you feel like you've been like laying around kind of like waiting anxiously for this person to like message you. Could be have they gone cold, or just like we have the 7 of Pentacles. This is also a card of like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like you could be really reflecting right now on where this relationship or connection is at and trying to determine whether or not it's worth your time and energy. Because if you're experiencing a lot of anxiety and like mixed feelings about it, I mean, you could just need to have a conversation with this person. You know, maybe that's a big part of it, is needing to communicate and just, you know, trying to establish where the two of you stand. And for some of you, you are very content, you know, being alone and being single. And I'm just getting an energy of like, you're not the type of person that's really like looking for anyone, but you felt or you feel like this person is like you have a real connection with them. And yeah, I'm just getting that you are a person with the Queen of Pentacles that is very like abundant and secure and in your own energy. And if this person is like rattling you and making you feel anxious and insecure, that might be your sign. Yeah, like you're just not very happy. So this person like comes into your energy and you all of a sudden feel like that there's this really strong, you know, significant connection with them and things are moving really fast. And then now there's not knowing where you stand and feeling anxious and stressed and just more unhappy in the connection than you were like just being alone. And then we have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm just getting that you are not someone who is necessarily looking for your match in the sense of like you're actively seeking. But if something comes into your reality and it feels like a divine match, because this is a divine match right here, the King and Queen of Pentacles, then you are more than willing to explore and give it an opportunity to grow. But if you are getting like physical symptoms and, you know, your intuition is telling you, yep, the High Priestess. If your intuition is telling you that something seems a little bit off and this person seems a little bit like shady or has player vibes, you absolutely should trust your intuition. And if you're a person, again, who is more comfortable and content being alone, then that is something really to acknowledge. Like maybe just moving on from this to a more peaceful place, which could just be back to being single, is where are you going to be happy, right? Where are you going to feel most aligned and content and happy? And we have the High Priestess and the Hierophant. And so you could also be seeking something that feels a little bit more spiritually aligned, like someone who is more on the same page as you. So you absolutely have to use your discernment in regards to what you're feeling and experiencing and sensing, because your peace is everything. So yeah, just pay attention. And you know, if you want happiness in life, you know, can someone add value to what you already have? And if they're not adding value to what you have or to your life in some way, then is it really worth feeling like this? You're prepared to fight for what you've earned, for what you've worked really, really hard for. You have done the work to get to this point. Your finances, your home life, your home in general. And for quite a few of you, you've actually gone through a long period of going inward and going on this journey alone. Really just taking the time to gain the inner wisdom and not having a lot of people in your energy. Yeah, you've created your own happiness. And when you create your own happiness, other people are less likely to be able to take that away from you, because happiness is an inside job. Right now, you could be making plans for your future, deciding what it is, what's next. And then we have the Three of Cups in reverse. So for some of you, you are really focused on, again, just working on yourself and not giving yourself out energetically to others. You are not someone who probably indulges in a lot of like friend groups or, you know, going out and doing a whole lot of activities involving other people. You're really focused on like staying balanced. You're like, you know, making sure that you're staying grounded, you know, one foot on the ground, and also staying connected spiritually. And you've been very patient for what's unfolding for you. And then we have the Fool. For some of you, you've really just kind of gotten to a point where you have had a lot of new beginnings, and you worked really, really hard again to get there. And maybe that is why you were so protective of where you're at now, is because you have gone through a lot of difficulties, betrayals, just very difficult times in your life. Maybe where you felt very alone. And because you felt very alone during the difficult times, it's really easy for you to be alone during your happy times, like when you're feeling fulfilled. And maybe you feel like it's easier for you to imagine what it is that you do want for your future. You know, without having a lot of people in your energy, it's easier for you to manifest and bring about the things that you want. Maybe you're a very sensitive person energetically. And we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I'm just getting that there's been people in the past that have really blocked your abundance and really kind of set you back. You know, maybe you shared with people like things that you had coming to you or your plans, and, you know, maybe like people were trying to like destiny swap, and the FedEx truck was just here and leaving. So maybe, you know, you told people about things that were coming into your reality, and people got in the way of that. And so maybe for some of you, you've also ended friendships, and you found that like when you, and it doesn't mean that you don't have people that you care for, that you don't have any friends. It's just that you really limit who has access to you, because you have found that walking through this path for the most part alone has helped protect your opportunities. Yeah. It's something that you are, it's divinely what is yours, what is coming to you and what is unfolding and where you're at. And maybe there were delays